Hi, I'm Dan with FreshPoint, and I wanted to take a few minutes and talk to you about tender greens. You may be asking what tender greens are. They're the answer to the question you're going to ask. And that question is, how do I add more volume, more flavor, and more texture to my plate? Tender greens aren't lettuces, and they're really not braising greens. They're typically used raw. They range in flavor from mild, almost neutral, to really pungent and spicy and peppery. Spinach is a great example of a tender green. In fact, spinach is the only tender green that has a USDA spec, based mainly on color and uniformity of shape, but also importantly, mechanical damage. You may wonder what that is, and really it's just what it sounds like. During the harvest, the harvesting blades may be a little dull, or the leaf may be a little crispy, or as it's being washed and cooled in the post-harvest operation, the leaves could get damaged. It doesn't affect the quality and flavor, but it does decrease and diminish the shelf life just a little bit. If you're looking to use whole leaves, try to minimize the amount you see in your bag. Set these aside, they make a great sauce. Spinach comes in really two main forms. We have the full-size spinach here and the baby spinach up front, and it's all about the size. Baby spinach is perfect for your salad. It's very tender, the stems are delicate, and can be used in a number of preparations. Full-size spinach is typically cooked really fast. Little olive oil in a pan, can even be braised. It can be used raw, but it really shines better cooked. We'll go from mildest to most flavorful. Up front we have mâche. Mâche is a very old green, very mildly flavored. Goes really well with delicately flavored proteins or vegetables. More often than not, it comes attached to its root pulp in a plug. This increases the shelf life and holds that flavor and color a little bit longer. All you need to do is right before you use it is snip it off and you're ready to go. We have arugula. Has a little peppery bite to it at the end. It's great wilted. It really shines as well as a center of the plate green item, not necessarily a salad. Consider taking a piece of grilled fish and setting it right on top. The residual heat will wilt it down just a little bit. It's perfect to go. Also makes a wonderful pesto. Try it if you've got some, you're a little long on your arugula. Throw it in your blender with a little olive oil, some Parmesan cheese or Grana Padano cheese, pine nuts, walnuts, even pecans will work. Grind it up, blend it, you've got a great new pesto to use. We have the familiar watercress here. It's a little spicier than arugula. And then watercress, close cousin, upland cress. Upland cress, much like mâche, typically comes on the root plug. It's a little more vibrantly flavored than the watercress. It's got more of a pungent, almost horseradishy finish to it. Wonderful with grilled meats and seafood. Last but certainly not least, one of the hot new items is the baby kale mix. Kale is recognized as a superfood for its nutrient qualities. Baby kale would be perfect as an alternative to a traditional Caesar salad. It's just tender enough that you can eat it raw, but it has enough bite and enough crunch that it adds a whole nother depth of texture to your traditional Caesar salad. When storing tender greens, you want to keep them cold. Don't let them get below 32. It's sort of the magic number. If they freeze, they're ruined. The cell walls rupture and break, the leaves break down, they just don't hold up. Keep them dry, wash them just before using them. They don't like to sit damp. So keep them in the back of your cooler covered. Don't stack heavy items on top. They are susceptible to bruising and damage. And only take what you need at each time. Minimize the amount of times you touch the leaves, because every time you touch it, you're going to bruise them. I'm Dan with FreshPoint, and that was the basics of tender greens.